if you're the person who's watched 50 hours worth of YouTube videos about investing and trading in the stock market, but still don't have your account open and still haven't made your first investment, then pay attention because this is for you, okay? So the thing is, most videos about investing, they all tell you the same thing, right? They say you need to be investing right now, you need to have an account open, and you need to be doing this before you get too old. And it's like, okay, yeah, I get it, like being younger makes sense and I should do it. But like, where should I open an account? What type of account should I open? How much do I need to put in? How much do I need to invest? Doesn't even matter for me right now. And you get confused and you get overwhelmed because you don't have the information you need. And it's like, and so you open a tab and look up investing accounts, and then you see 5 different options and you're like, what is all this? And you don't know what you're doing, and you close them and nothing happens. Okay? That's what happens all the time. And it's so unfortunate because investing actually doesn't have to be that way. All you need is a little bit of understanding. You need a system to help you figure out how to actually get started. I remember, it was really cool. There was a moment when I first understood the power of investing and it like really sunk in for me. It was, looking back, it feels like a small moment, but it was when I made $1 a day in passive income. I looked at my account and I realized, I actually pulled up a dollar coin. Check this out. $1. I realized every single day, no matter what I did, whether I was working, playing, eating, sleeping, like goofing off at the lake, like whatever it was, I was making $1 every single day in passive income. Okay, so it was $1 coming to my account, then $1, then $1, then $1, every day, all year, no matter what I was doing. And what was so cool is that I realized, oh man, if I can make $1 a day, can I make $2 a day? Can I make $3 a day? Can I make $5 a day? How about $10? How about $100 a day? And this is the cool thing about investing is I was like, whoa, this scales, right? It's not like if you go to work and you trade your time for money and you're like, I have so many hours I can do and like, hopefully I can make enough money. It's like, no. Investing is something that doesn't stop when you stop. Your money can work for you even when you're not working, okay? And the wild thing is, and the reason I tell you this story is you don't have to have a finance degree and you don't have to spend all the time and all the money to do like 1,000 different things to just be able to get to a moment like that. Really, you just have to have a simple process and a simple framework to help you actually figure out how to get started, and you can move towards that goal, okay? So, it's cool. I have a framework for this that I actually call the Banana Farm Framework. It's a funny story. I love the Banana Farm Framework, but if you want to know why I call it that, there's a whole different video on my YouTube called, I think it's called just the Banana Farm Investor, maybe. But it explains this, like why it's Banana Farm and how this is cool and like why the visual makes sense. It's awesome. But I call it the Banana Farm Framework, and the thing is, you don't need a lot of money to start. You just need a few simple steps. And so I want to walk you guys through what the steps are so you know actually what you have to do if you're going to start, okay? So it's pretty straightforward. There's basically 3 steps. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 and show you guys exactly what this is, okay? So step number 1 is actually pretty simple, okay? You want to understand and then open. All right, so the first thing you need to do if you're going to invest in the stock market is you need to understand what the stock market is. Like what actually happens when you buy stock? What happens when you sell stock? What are shares? A few simple things like that are just tactical. It's like, okay, you need to understand this so you know what you're doing, and then you have to go open an account. And to open an account, you need to know a couple things, like what type of account you should open, where you should open an account, right? What brokerage should you use? And I know these are big fancy terms, but the thing is, like, it's not that complicated, but you have to know how to do this in the right order. And if you do that, then you'll be able to actually figure it out, okay? So you need to understand what the stock market is, then you go open an account. Then, what do we want? Let's go orange. Step number 2, okay, you need to learn how to do analysis. And this is a big fancy word. Analysis. And then, I don't know if I spelled that right. You need to do analysis, and then you need to actually take action and buy, okay? So, analysis is a big fancy word that you're like, is that math? Is that numbers? It's like, yeah, it kind of is, but it doesn't have to be super complicated. It doesn't have to be super crazy. So there's basically 2 types of analysis that you want to do, okay? And so there's really 2 things here. There is technical, and this will be really cool for you guys who don't know what you're doing yet, and then fundamental, okay? So there's 2 things that you need to know here. Technical analysis is basically like what happens when you look at a stock chart, right? Is it going up? Is it going down? Is it going sideways? That's really all you need to know in terms of investing, okay? And so you want to learn, okay, how do I do technical analysis? What does it mean when the stock moves up? What does it mean when it moves down? What am I even looking at when I see a chart? And then there's fundamental analysis, which basically says, what is the underlying financials and the situation that the company that I want to buy is in, okay? what is it fundamentally doing? Like, is it in good shape? Is it in bad shape? Is it going to exist for 10 more years or 20 more years or 30 more years, or is it not? Okay. So that technical and fundamental analysis. And if you understand those, this fundamental analysis used to be so complicated and so confusing and so difficult. And this is why you used to have to get a finance degree or understand this stuff at a crazy deep level to be able to be an investor for real. But because of the power of technology right now and the way that the world is working in AI, you can actually learn this stuff and like cut the time down. Like, you can do this so quickly. It is absolutely insane, and do it better and faster and smarter than people have been able to do it. Like, it has never in the entire history of the world been this easy to invest, and invest well with knowledge or with like information on your side. It's insane. But you want to be able to understand fundamental analysis. Then, because you've opened an account, then you go and actually buy your first stock, right? You buy share number one, and now something happens that's really cool. It's like, when you go from being the person who's watched the videos, who's seen it but hasn't actually started, to being the person who's like, yeah, I'm an investor, I have stock number one. Like, that changes things, right? You are actually an investor. Yeah, it's such a cool shift. Okay, but that actually is where people usually stop, because they don't understand this one thing. Okay, so you have to understand that buying one stock is really, really good. Like, that's the goal that hopefully most of you guys have right now. It's like, I want to get my first stock, but I just don't know where to start. Like, that probably is where most of you guys are at. But you have to understand, after you buy that first stock, that's not the end goal. Okay, that's not the plan, but it is the start. Okay, because the thing is, one stock is not going to get you, most likely, to $1 a day, right? It's not going to get you to $5 or $10 a day. But one stock is about making you become an investor, getting you in, getting you to take action, because if you take action and if you become the person who actually has this thing going and started, then it's so much easier to become the type of person who builds the actual, financial foundation or wealth or prosperity or whatever it is that you're actually after. Like, you have to start, and when you start, it becomes so much easier. It's like you gain momentum, and if you carry that momentum forward, like, it's so cool what this can turn into. Okay, but that's the thing that most people miss, is that, like, stock number one isn't the end goal. Okay, and that's where you have to go to step number 3, and we'll do this one in blue. So step number 3 is to plan that has to fit your life. Okay, so step number 3 is you have to build an investing plan that actually fits inside of your life. And this is the part that it feels boring and sounds dumb, and you're like, okay, well, yeah, that's obvious. But this is something that most people miss, and because they miss it, they really, really are missing out. Okay, because the thing is, like, one stock isn't everything, right? We already talked about that. But one stock with a plan to be consistent can actually let you build wealth. And so you need to understand, like, okay, how much money do you have to start with right now? How much money are you making, right? Do you need to put a budget in place that'll help you to actually be able to invest? What type of goals do you have, right? What are you working towards? What would be cool for you to have? Like maybe $1 a day isn't something that would matter for you, right? I mean, I don't know, maybe not. It's like, for me, that was a super cool moment. Like, $1 a day and I don't have to work for it. Like, yes, please. But for you, maybe it's something like, I don't know, you want to be able to pay for a vacation every couple of years or every year and not have to worry about the money because it's taken care of. Or maybe you want to have enough money that you have an emergency fund, but it's not just sitting in your savings account getting eaten away by inflation, and instead it's actually working for you and making you more money over time while you wait. And then you have some financial security where you're like, yeah, if something goes bad or my car breaks down or something like that, like, I'm still good, I'm taken care of, right? Like, whatever your goal is, you have to actually have something that fits your life and makes sense for you, because if you do, that's what actually allows you to propel forward, right? It's like I'm not an astronaut, but if I wanted to, travel, because I'm not an astronaut, I probably wouldn't use a rocket ship to go to the grocery store, right? It wouldn't make sense in terms of my actual life, my skill set, and also be like super impractical. And this is the thing, if you try to like take somebody else's plan off the internet, it's like, maybe it'll work for you, but maybe it's like giving somebody who should be driving a car a rocket ship, because I don't know how a rocket ship works, and so I'm just going to end up damaging the rocket ship and getting myself in trouble, right? And that's what happens if you get a plan, or you just go, and go, okay, well, let me just figure out if this works. It's like, no. Have a plan that fits your life, that makes sense, that you can aim for, and if you have something to aim for, then you can actually go towards it. So, yeah. So is this cool, you guys? Like, it's really this simple. It's 3 steps. You have to do them right, and you have to do them in the right order. And this this is what actually allows you to build the banana farm, as I like talking about, but this is what allows you to build an investment account and a portfolio that actually can do you some good in life, which is really cool. Now, the thing is, I told you I'd show you the steps, right? But the thing is, I don't have time to explain to you what the stock market is and how buying stock is actually buying a piece of a company. And if you buy a piece of a company that pays what's called a dividend, then you're getting paid passive income, right? Like, I can explain it to you like that, but I can't show it to you. I can't make you understand it. I can't show you the technical and the fundamental analysis right now. Because it's a 5-minute video, right? You're not supposed to learn all this in a 5-minute video, and we can't help you build a plan right now that fits your life because you're watching a video on YouTube. Like, this is not a long thing where you can actually spend the time and dedicate the effort to learn what you need to do to be able to actually follow the 3 steps, okay? But the thing is, like, this framework, this path, this banana farm idea that I've built and that I've pieced together has worked so well, and it's been so cool. And this is actually why I built the first stock challenge, is to take all three of these steps and literally follow them and help you guys to get the knowledge and the education and the tools that you need to be able to hopefully implement this for yourself, right? It's like, it's actually really cool. It's set up in 3 days. So day 1, you literally understand the stock market. You're like, what is this? How does it work? And then you go open your account. That's the whole idea. And we demo it live and you can see what it looks like. So you're actually prepared and you have the knowledge and you have the tools that you need. Then day 2, you learn about, actually it makes this a little bit technical analysis. You learn a little bit about in day 1 and a little bit in day 2. And then you learn about fundamental analysis. And then you see what it looks like to actually go buy your first stock, and you see the tools and you see the plan and you see the path and you're like, oh, that makes sense. I get this. This makes sense. And then, like, you're prepared and you can actually go hopefully do it for yourself at that point. All right. And then day 3, it's like, how do you build a plan that actually makes sense for your life, right? What are you going to aim for? What are your goals going to be? What makes sense? And how do you actually build something that's going to sustain you and carry you forward so that you can become the type of investor that actually builds something meaningful? Okay. It's so cool. And it is so much fun. So, if you want to see what this actually looks like in real life, or at least find out if it might be something you'd be interested in, then check out the link below the video and register for the first stock challenge where you can actually implement these. It's 3 days. It's free. You guys can actually get in there and like do it. I wanted to give you the knowledge and give you the information, but that's where you can actually learn like this is what the map and this is what the framework looks like. And I wanted you guys to have this vision. Like from here, you could take this, you could go learn it, you could go do it, right? But if you want something where it's going to walk you through step by step and show you, oh, this is what it means when he says understand. Oh, that's technical analysis. Oh, that's fundamental analysis. Oh, here's how I open an account. Here's the type of account that I probably should open. And what's cool is, like, I don't build this where I'm like, hey, you should open a 401k account. Like, I just go, hey, there's a couple different types of accounts that you could open. Which one makes sense for you? Like, I don't know. You're you and I'm me. Like, we might want different types of accounts. But there's this cool thing called artificial intelligence nowadays where it can help you with that. And I give you guys some tools and things that can help with that. So, yeah, no, this is so cool. So that's how it works, right? This is how you build an investing account and become an investor that can actually build something meaningful. So if you're interested, check out the video. If not, I'll see you on the next one. And hopefully we'll see you in the first stock challenge on, when's the next one? This Wednesday? Next Wednesday? Next Wednesday. But yeah, check it out and see what you guys think. Because this is how you actually do it. And I want to show this to you guys. So register for the first stock challenge and I'll see you there.